So what do you do when you have an empty airfield on a Saturday morning with blue skies? We go racing. Hello and welcome to a brand new video. Today is a bit of a weird one, but exciting. We're here at Abingdon, Oxford, and we are racing in COVID conditions. As you can see, I've got a very nice sexy face mask on, and I've finally brought out my Mark 1 MX5 to come out and play. It's going to be an awesome event. There's so much to go through. I'm going to give you an insight into what Autosolo is, and ultimately we're going to have a lot of fun. So let's get the car ready and then let's go and get scrutineered. Of course, I've basically got everything out. You don't really need to bring a huge amount. Usually I would bring a spare set of tyres, but fortunately, thanks to Ruslet Tyres, give those guys a check out. I've got a brand new set of Rain Sport 5s to blast around in today, which is pretty sweet. So I can't see, even with my driving, that I'm going to get through a full set in a day. So really all I've bought is some spare fuel, my camera gear, food and water, because I'm a big boy, and then some spare tools really, and that is all that you really need to bring. I've got some of this stuff with glare and everything else. You want to make sure your windows are clear, because it's amazing how the smallest little things can put you off whilst you're driving. So mine is from Ad's Car Care Glass Cleaner, really good stuff. And then, yeah, the only thing that I would recommend, and it's starting to form a little bit of a trend, and I may or may not take responsibility for this, but I bring a scooter to get around the course. The next stage is now that the car is empty. I've checked my levels and my oil and everything, all good to go. Should really check that before. It's going to go around to get scrutineered now, so the scrutineer is going to check over the car, make sure that everything is safe and ready to go, and then we're going to go and walk the course. It's not me that's going to go and take the car around. I've got a special helper today. It's my boy Ryan, and he's never driven this car before, so why not let him drive it around? If I don't do this event and the video ends here, it's because he's crashed it on the way. So, would it help if you had keys, Ryan? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Then break it. So whilst Ryan is just driving my car up to Scrutineering, I thought it might be a cool opportunity to let you know a couple of things. So first of all, what is an Autosolo? Quite simply, it's an open space. It could be a car park, it could be a runway like we are here today, and ultimately you've got to get around a course that's set out by cones as quickly as you can. He who drives the fastest essentially wins, and that is it in a nutshell. Now what can you do an Autosolo in? You can do it in anything. So for example, right behind me we've got an Escort there. Behind my car we've got a Caterham, or you've got a pretty standard MX5. For those of you who do follow me on Instagram and Facebook and the likes will know that recently I've done a championship in a standard Mark II 1.6 MX5, no frills, just a Torsen diff and some cheap eBay coilovers from the last person who owned it, and I seem to be clearing up first in class every time. So that brings us on to a very interesting point, the car today. That there is my Mark 1 1.6 import. It has been nurtured and built and turned into an absolute beast by the boys at Scuzzle Motorsport. Nick Bailey, who's now no longer at Scuzzle, again MX5 people will know about this. However, that there was pushing out about 220 to 240 at brake horsepower. It's 190 at the wheels. So YouTuber comment what it actually is, because I don't really care. It's fast. Arguably maybe too fast for what we're doing in this. However, it's ridiculous amounts of fun. In terms of setup, it's fairly advanced, I'd say, but nothing too crazy. These are an absolute lifesaver. So I've been using the Mark II at the moment, and I have no harnesses, and I find I move around so much. I still move a fair bit, but at least with the seat and good 5-point harness, I'm able to keep myself nice and tight in the seat. And what it means is that I'm not subconsciously having to hold myself down. massive difference. Looking to upgrade that in the next car. It is running coilovers, very old ones from BC Racing. It's got some awesome ultralight wheels with, again, as I mentioned before, some Rain Sport tyres on it. It's got a hydro handbrake, and the controversial bit for Autosolos is that it's got a welded diff. And that makes it fun, maybe less competitive, but I wouldn't change it for the world. Ryan's about to get scrutineered, so let's go and have a look. So we're just going through scrutineering at the moment. As I said, scrutineer will check a couple of things, well, a few things. We're going to check the steering wheel. Obviously, with COVID rules at the moment, we're going to have to do that ourselves and satisfy the scrutineer that all is okay. So he's just checking the battery at the moment, so it's just behind there. Typically just get us to give it a wiggle to make sure there's no loose parts and nothing's going to come loose whilst we're driving and flicking the car around.
Okay, that's properly anchored.
And that there, guys, in a nutshell, is scrutineering. It's usually a lot more invasive. Off camera, they obviously checked underneath the bonnet, but yeah. So now we're going to go back to paddock, which is just over there. Get the scooters ready, and then we're going to go and walk this course. Now, just a quick one on these. These are really cool. So, by some black magic, managed to get this bad boy from Op Scooters in my MX5, so that's now going to be my weapon of choice. The reason why I personally really like using the scooter is, again, as you may know, I've got dodgy legs, broke both of them in 2009, so for me to walk around the course at any form of pace is real tough. However, now I can kick scooter myself around and I can get to know the course fairly quickly, and I can even do it maybe once or twice more than I was before. So let's get going around this course and see what it's all about. So I've just walked the course and I thought this might be a really good opportunity to just take a minute to explain what the cones that you see behind me all represent and how you know which way to essentially go. So the orange ones, like you see on your roads and motorways, etc., they are what you're aiming for. So they actually dictate the course direction that you're essentially going. Now, typically, every one of these cones, sometimes they are numbered, as you can see here, which is very helpful, especially for beginners, but usually they're not. Next to the orange cones, you have a green, depending on the club and their equipment, but essentially what they do is they outline which direction of the orange cone you need to go. So in this instance, the first, say, 5 or 6, you want to go to your right, then your left for 2, back over to the right, and then back over to the left. And that is as it is for the whole course. Some courses throwing nice little surprises, like you have bus stops, which are essentially a bus stop. They're outlined by cones, and the difficulty comes in that where you have to drive in and out, and it's pretty tight. To find the right line and execute that as quickly as you can is a real skill, and my God, can it slingshot you ahead of your competition if you get it right. So we're pretty much done with the track walking. We are going to now head back to the car. I'm going to set up the GoPros, get that bloody roof off because the sun's out. And I think you'll all slate me if I'm driving an MX5 with a roof on. And then I think we should go and wake up everyone in Oxford with this supercharger. This mask.
Helmet.
7.8, thank you.
Oh, like that. Yeah, helmet.
You're sick!
Well, you know,
I was literally like, oh my god! That was ridiculous. What did you say? 47.8?
yeah.
Very good.
Cool, right, so we have just done the first 3 runs. They were awesome fun, so much quicker than I thought it was going to be. The competition here, man, is, oh my god. I am usually within the top 3 overall, currently 8th overall and 5th in class, which is crazy. So it just goes to show that the BTRDA boys are no joke. As you could see in those videos there, I think Ryan enjoyed himself. I think it was safe to say. I won't say he slowed me down, but we are now just going to have some downtime. We're going to study the course a bit more. This one is even faster, so probably going to be going into 2nd gear. And really trying to push through the bus stops that you could see in the first set of courses, because I feel like there was definitely time that was being lost there, some hesitation from me for sure. So yeah, we will go ahead and get some studying done and then go out and have another blast.
I'm gonna die.
Okay, when you're ready, sir.
I've been sitting on the red line, man.
Red line. I'll do it
That's
quicker than
crap.
that, mate.
That's crap.
44.9.
44.9. Okay.
Do it well quicker, mate. You know.
All right, so that first one that we just did was purely just to get your eye in. As you could probably tell, that's quite scrappy. We were at the top of first for so long there, and that's just not good enough. So that second time out, I'm going to be looking to use 2nd gear a lot more, especially through some of the more straight bits, basically. Might have to go and grab the map just so we can review what the course was and go from there. Yeah, so I'm just looking at this course again before we go out on the second run. There was definitely time that was being lost. In here, it's not too bad. A lot of that can be done in first. I was finding we're right at the top of first gear. So when we get down to here, it was like I was losing so much time and ultimately speed because I wasn't changing down. The trick here is going to be really just homing in on getting this bit here as clean as possible and the cleanest line I can into this bus stop, so that I don't lose the momentum, because if I have to go down from second to first, which ultimately I will have to, I've got to just find the right spot. So yeah, once you start doing auto solos more and more, you can really look at fine tuning where you're going wrong, because after the first course you've pretty much got your eye in. So let's just see how it goes. Let's try and get a better time.
You are very good, sir. 42.3.
Oh, it's not faster. All right, so that was entertaining. Found some more time, but definitely not the kind of speed that I wanted to get. But yeah, as you can see, I used the hydro again after some time, and I found that that actually helped me at that top cone. So yeah, off to marshalling now. That's a requirement for pretty much every single club. Essentially, you watch what the other drivers are doing and you call in if they get any cones or they go the wrong way. as there's time penalties. Time penalties for a cone, I believe, is typically 5 seconds. And if you take the wrong side of a cone, you qualify for what is a wrong test, and that is ultimately the slowest time on that course plus 30, I think. Please fact check me if that's wrong, but essentially you don't ever want a wrong test because it's going to go really badly for you very quickly. And yeah, we will go out for course 3 very soon. Okay, so we are course 3 now, about to go out, learn this course in the flesh. It's extremely fast, so yeah, let's see what we have got down.
Perfect.
Let's see how it goes.
Right, when you're ready, chaps.
It's very quick. Whoa! Whoa! That was terrible, that end. What was that?
43.3.
Thank you. That end was a pile of crap. Jesus. Okay, so that is the first run of course 3. It was okay. It's very quick, second gear for a lot of that. Tried to drive the top part, supposed to use the hydro again, and yeah, truth be told, I don't really know. I'm not really in with a shot of first in class or any trophy today, but it's going to be interesting to see how much time I can eke out of this. I want to try and jump up a spot if I can. Currently 6th in class. It's the most competitive class and all that. Blah, 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 blah. The competitive side is getting to me today. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, let's go out. Still have a big smile on my face, and let's go and get that time down. 43. I want to try and get a 42 or a low 42 or high 41 would be amazing. Let's go get it. Boom! So that was a 42.6. So definitely managed to get some time off, which is amazing. And yeah, not the 41s, but I feel like there is a low 42 in there for sure. So much more we can get out of this. I genuinely don't feel like it's the car, tyres, there's no excuses. It's purely down to driver and just having the balls to actually floor it, because there are some fairly standard MX5s here, Mark 2s, I'm going to guess 1.8, because they're just so fast in a straight line, and they are doing incredibly well. So yeah, kudos to those drivers, man. Right, let's go for run 3 of course 3. Okay, so that is course 3 done and dusted. I'm a competitive person, but even I know when to admit defeat, and the guys today are just on another level. They are so fast. So definitely not all doom and gloom. Autosolos are at the fundamental basis meant to be fun, meant to be cheap, good grassroots motorsport. So I'm going to take this opportunity to be full Craigie and go sideways and use my hydro handbrake in places where it really shouldn't really be used. And we're just going to go and have an absolute laugh and give you some entertainment for the last part of this video. So, walk course 4 and you'll see what we get up to. God, I look fat in this. So yeah, that was the first run. It's terrible. Even if I was trying to be competitive, that would have been crap by any standards. So I am gonna go in first for the first bit, and then, oh, I don't really know. I'm trying to pretend like I know what the hell I'm talking about this whole video. Just gonna go out and have some fun. Let's go hydro. Thank you. Slow as expected. Okay, so this is the last one of the day. Should we do a challenge?
Sideways.
Okay.
That's your challenge.
This is such a straight track today, though.
Do not go straight, go sideways.
On a straight track?
On a straight track.
Alright, see what we can do.
Right, ready when you are. .5.
So still managed to do a 47 sticking around. Thank you.
Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. Ah, what a day. Well, that's us for the day, really. Gonna now pack a car back up. Not tell anyone on social media about how badly we did. No, I'm joking. I don't really care. It's been a really awesome day. Thank you to this club. And what we'll do is we'll link their club details in the description below. So those of you who want to join, you can do. Any other information, also linked in the description to FDMC, which is the club that I'm part of and participate in all of their events from the Autosolo side. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed this. There's going to be so much more coming to the channel over time. The more and more restrictions are lifted with COVID, we're going to do an info heavy how to get into Autosolos, all the things that you should consider, whether it be front wheel drive, kit cars, MX5s, and hopefully it will help some of you out there as well to enjoy the sport even more. Thanks for watching. Peace.